Hi, this is Eric Rice, Pioneer Field Agronomist in West Central Minnesota and Eastern South Dakota. And I am here with 2025's first edition of the 2-Minute Rice Ag Update. Today I'm in Hancock, Minnesota at a local business, Ag360, with Adam Bjerketvedt. He is a local expert on planters, and we're here to go over a quick checklist for you guys. Adam?
Thanks, Eric. What I like to do is I tell everyone to start with the parallel arms. Parallel arms are an annual maintenance item, and one of the things that happens is they get oblonged and they wear on the actual arm itself. So what I do is I grab the row unit and shake it. If I get some up and down, that's one thing, but if I get any side to side, that's a bad parallel arm system. We need to go ahead and replace those parallel arms. And next step, once you get those parallel arms set, make sure you check on the W brackets and any pivot point, any loose bolts or nuts. Over time, that stuff will rattle, come loose, and if they come loose, they get shaken the whole row unit and actually damage more parts and cause any kind of vibration through the system and affects that seed and how it drops down into the trench to make sure it's spaced and everything else is proper with that. So with that, setting up the trench, next thing to look at is disc openers. Disc openers on a John Deere is 14.5 as a replacement. They're new 15, and the reason why it's 14.5 replacement, even if the bearings are good, is because the bevel is gone. That means I am sawing it in and making a compacted trench and not getting a uniform trench like I want. So replacement at 14.5 on a John Deere. Check with the other make and models for their size and their specs, but that's just a good rule of thumb. With that, gauge wheels. Gauge wheel itself needs to have a contact point with the disc opener. It does that, it keeps dry dirt from getting into the trench. We want to make sure they're set up. That's an annual setup. Check that over, make sure that it's good. With that, check your gauge wheel arms. With your gauge wheel arms, you should have no slop in the arm, because with that, I get air space between the disc again, and that is back to what I was saying would cause dry dirt to get in the trench. So replace or flip, whatever you got to do to fix that. With that, this gauge wheel arm also sets the depth. So with the depth, that can change wear and tear in the row unit. Dimples on the mustache can affect it and change it. So this is also something we recommend and do. We actually take a little 2x4 on concrete, set it down, and adjust that T-handle to make sure it's even across the whole planter. Some rows will be a different setting to get the same depth. So we want to mark that. We take a little paint marker and mark them to get that even across the depth, and double check it in the field what their true depth setting is. Next, closing. Closing is very important. If you get any slop in the closing tail, you want to fix the bushings or add a bearing kit to it. Anything you need to make sure that is smooth. If you make any changes, make sure to do a drag test to make sure the closing tail is center in that trench. We want to have good seed to soil contact.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things to really look at, and a couple other highlights to kind of finish up here is the technology part of it. You really want to check through your meters, your tubes, and going up in all your wires. Wires can get loose, as Adam always says. Make sure they're zip tied nice and tight. It can cause a lot of problems. And then finally, I'm always checking my monitors and my seed recs to make sure that we can pull those in and we're ready to plant. So I hope this information helps. If you want some more information, how do they get a hold of you, Adam?
Yeah, they go onto our website, precisionag360.com. On there's our contact information. You're always welcome to call the shop. If you got any questions, need anything, we're here to help you guys.
Yeah, awesome information. Hopefully that helps you. If you have any more questions, feel free to give them a call or any Pioneer agency. We'd all be happy to help you out. With that, I hope you have a great and safe spring.
That concludes this Pioneer Agronomy video podcast. Visit our page on pioneer.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook for more agronomy insights.